needing the work?
It's very important to understand that what we can do in this area, in the Amazon area, you have to think in long-term issues. Candela is more than a project. Candela is an organization, an alternative trade organization. We reach a nice number of gatherers in the Amazonian that are trying to work in a different way, with quality, with better concepts to managing their environment. And we think they're working in a better way. What else? Quality is an never-end story. It has to go on. It has to go on. The other issue is that when we're talking about quality, we're talking about quality around our facilities, but we're also talking about quality behind each collector.
So we'll go to visit a concession in Valencia. So in the concession, what it means is a place where people work, because as I was explaining yesterday, concession is granted by the government to people for harvesting Brazil nuts. They don't own the land, they get a concession for it. So we'll see the people collecting the Brazil nuts and then have a meeting. We'll go to the house of the concession holder.
Well, the Amazonian nut process starts with a huge tree and a bee that runs around these incredible flowers, special ones. You have to have a special tongue to get to the stem to the flower to pollinate it. So this happens every year, and what happens after that is that flower drops and the little pod starts to grow, and it turns to be up to 1 kilo or more sometimes, and they will ripe, and the rainy season will help them to drop because it's a huge tree. So between December and March, these pods fall after rain and wind and sun, and people get to collect them from the floor.
And you can see they have been harvesting here, gathering and harvesting.
Then they sit down with a machete, chop them down, open them, and the nuts are in there like an orange. Different amount of nuts, 12, 15, 20, depends on the size of the pot.
The navel.
Well, there's always spiders and animals that could bite you and do you some harm. So then, usually they use a special stick called payana to put the nut between this kind of a claw of the stick, it's a special wood. And then put them in big sacks, and they carry them in their bags most of the time to the camps or to their houses or to the boats.
I can't think of what would I do if I wouldn't be working in the Brazil nut harvesting. It's better to have an organic certification because each kilo with organic certification is 25 cents more than the kilo without organic certification. In Grown Up, we have lots of workshops to encourage us to protect the biodiversity and the forest, not only per se, but because also they are part of the environment of the Brazil nut. And for example, other species of trees protect the the Brazil nut trees from falling with the winds when there is strong winds, and also we are trying to get rid of the timbering because it is important to have the other species also. So now the timbering activity is growing less.
And we have this piston machine. It's like a very simple one that one by one they are cracked open and you take the nut away. But that's a job, a task made mainly by women in this area. It's basically one of the most important income generating activities for them.
We have to understand that nothing comes very quick.
For example, in the case of Avera, we're building a relationship. They already buy a meal that turns into a protein. We've been able to sell something that wasn't sold before, and that's the meal that was basically used, to feed animal people.
What we want to do is to give them the chances, the possibilities, the capacities at the end, local capacities. That's the issue.
Changes don't come because we feel in a way. Changes come when we do something about it. So usually it's easy just to say, well, I'll do it tomorrow, or try to do it today. If we did everything we could today, not everything, but one thing today, each day, one little thing to change things a little bit in the world, I'm sure that the world will be very, very different in many ways for the good side of it.
The only thing that lasts in the people, so that's important. Not market, not procedures, not processings, people.